नमस्ते, वेलकम एवरीबॉडी। आप लोगों का के क्लास में वेलकम एवरीवन टू टुडेज क्लास। राधे राधे। Sorry, I'm a little late, but thank you for waiting. Let's wait for everybody else to join in, and then we can start the class. I hope everybody understood yesterday's lesson. It wasn't too difficult. Namaste, Madhulika. Namaste. Let's just wait for a few more minutes for everyone to join. Namaste, Ria. Namaste. So, yesterday we were talking about the design of the Om Namah Shivaya. Yesterday we were talking about the design of the Shree Yantra, right? How the design of the Shree Yantra emulates or is similar to the design of the cosmos. We need to understand this. That everything in the universe, whether it is outside or whether it is inside our body, follows a similar pattern, which is called geometry, right? And if you look at your veins resemble lightning patterns. Have you ever seen lightning? So your veins and lightning similar. If you see the veins of the leaves, tree ka leaf, the pattern is similar, right? So what we understand is that there is some kind of geometry, right? And this is called the golden ratio. When everything matches, let me just orient myself. When everything matches a certain ratio, right, it is said to be in golden ratio, and golden ratio means beauty. So whether it is the galaxies, whether it is our eyes, whether it is a species on this planet, we are all embodying a certain pattern of design, all human beings. That means we are all inherently beautiful. But our thoughts and emotions, our karma, our actions can distort that beauty. So there is a Japanese scientist who did an experiment, and his name is Masaru Emoto. And he did an experiment with water, and it is documented. He took two samples of water. One he took from a very dirty lake, right, which had muck in it, bacteria, just dirty. The water was still for years, and he kept that water. Then he took the water from his, water memory experiment. But let's understand, right? Let's understand what I'm trying to say. So when he took that water, he kept it in a bottle. He took another clean source of water from his tap and he put it in a bottle. Now, to the dirty water, he started saying nice things. You are beautiful. Just words. You are beautiful. You are nice. I love you. You make me happy. These are nice words. Then what did he do? Then he played some very nice rags, rag, morning rag, bhimseni, rag, medha. So there are many, many kind of ragas or rags. Then he made it listen to Beethoven, Mozart, classical symphonies. And after a few days, he did this for a few days, he saw that the crystal, the water molecule, he took it under a microscope, which was earlier broken down. So he photographed the water molecule of that lake before he did this and after he did it. Before, it was a very distorted molecule shape. But when he started doing this, the shape of the water molecule became beautiful. It came into a nice structure. Same thing he now did opposite with the clean source of water. He took a photo. The water molecule was nice. Now he started saying bad things to it. I hate you, you're ugly, you're disgusting. And he made it listen to heavy metal, rock music, you know, those that kind of death metal. And then he saw that after doing this for a few days, the nice molecule lost its shape and became the broken molecule. So, two things are happening here. One, we are saying that there is geometry in those cells, there are patterns. So, if you go to a biology class and you see cells under the microscope, all cells have shapes, design that you can't even imagine. Onion cells are so beautiful, right? 10th and 11th grade science, you see all these things. Now, another thing that we noticed, words carry power. Words have energy. Words can either make something nice or make something go bad. And all day, we are all using so many words. All day, we are using our voice. All day, we are speaking. So those words are not just words. They say, spellings, spell. Words can cast a spell. Words like I love you cast a very nice spell. Words like I hate you cast a very bad spell. Water does have memory, for sure. We are 70% water. But more important than that for this purpose is sound has power to change matter. Water is matter, right? All this that you see around you, water, stones, wood, everything is matter. So we are understanding that sound vibrations can influence and change matter. And this is where it gets really interesting, because what is a mantra? Mantra is a sound vibration. Certain specific vibration of sound will give a certain specific result, outcome on matter, isn't it? Just taking out a sound like Om, the ripples, the vibration that Om will create will have an impact on the surrounding matter and can alter it, change it, right? So we are very, very blessed to receive this knowledge, because this knowledge is about Vak Siddhi, about how to use your voice, how to take out certain sounds so that you can play with reality. You can alter your whole reality. What does that mean? It means yogis could walk on water, yogis can levitate, yogis can astral travel. So, what is happening with all this? How is it all possible? They have learned how to play with matter. It's not that difficult. There is a person called as Tony Robbins. He has a 3 day or a 4 day retreat, usually he does, where in 3 to 4 days he teaches you how to walk on coal. Anybody, anybody, you, me, any random person can go to his retreat, and in 3 days he will train your mind in a way that you can walk on water, walk on coal, burning coal. Can you even think about it, guys? So if anyone can do that, then anyone can do anything. Then anything is possible. Then there is no limitation to what you and me can achieve. There is no limitation to what we can create. There is no limitation on what is possible for humanity, isn't it? So, Shree Vidya is this science to make anything possible, to challenge laws of reality through sound vibrations, through sacred geometry. This is what sacred geometry is: geometry that is divine, that can make you a divine being, that can create divinity in you, that can make you super powerful. Okay? So let's understand sacred geometry in a little more detail. Let me show you some visuals. Galaxy. See how similar? This is a plant. See? The spiral like structure. Dense. Look at that. A marigold flower. Then look at this. This is a hurricane getting formed. A tendril. Same spiral. Waves coming into spiral like structure. See the movement like this, and then they form curve. The thumbprint. Now look at this: veins, the lungs, sky, electricity, leaf, the branches of a tree, all similar, right? So this is called the golden ratio. The spiral that you're seeing, it's a replicating shape. This is called the golden ratio that keeps replicating, keeps replicating, which we also, another scientist that did work on this was called Fibonacci. And he took out the Fibonacci series, right? And these branching out of the same pattern into smaller patterns is called fractals in physics. This is the same thing that we see. Now, it's very interesting what I'm going to show you now. Look at this, right? This is the golden ratio. Look at that. A square, smaller squares, then a bigger, another square, then another square, then another square, and then another square. So squares, 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 and the spiral keeps going in these squares, right? But where else do we see this pattern is in fossils. Is everyone still, the connection is okay? Just say hello, just write something, guys, just to check. Okay, great. Okay. So, if you see the Vishnu, it's called the Shaligram, right? Lord Vishnu, this is the Vishnu Shaligram. And the same thing we are seeing in this. We were worshipping this golden ratio and calling it Vishnu, right? This is the Hamsa Shaligram. Hamsa. It creates a vibration when you say Hamsa. It's like so hum. These are mantras. Same way it is Hamsa. Okay? So these are no voice. No voice. Now, can you hear me? Okay, audible. So this is again we see in Vishnu's energy, the golden ratio. Now, when a scientist, another filmmaker actually, is Ronald Namath, he documented the sound of Om. When you play the mantra Om on a tonoscope, tonoscope is where you can see what geometry, what shape, what is the physical depiction of sound. Sound is audible, but we can physically depict sound. Right? So when he is my voice clear, everybody? Can you hear me? Okay, great. So when he physically depicted sound, it was on the tonoscope like this, and that's a Shri Yantra. And what is Om? Om is the sound that connects the entire cosmos. One sound that is the base fundamental sound which is always playing. We can't hear it because it's always playing. Something that is always playing, you can't hear it because you've gotten used to it. But in deep meditation, Om can be heard when all other sound is blocked out. Okay? So look at that. The Om forms the Shri Yantra. Now let's look at Lord Vishnu. Right? Look at Vishnu here. Something very interesting I saw. There is a chakra. There is a chakra. Again, a circular spiral like movement. And he's holding a conch. Conch means nad. Conch means nad, sound. These symbols are not random. Why is Vishnu holding a chakra and a conch? Right? That is Vishnu. The divine, the ruler of the cosmos, the one that is taking care of everything, the preservation principle. Life is created by Brahma. Brahma creates the universe. Vishnu takes care of it. And Shiva destroys it. And then again, Brahma creates something new. And then Vishnu preserves it, takes care of it, and then Shiva destroys it. So Vishnu is the preservation principle. Right? And we all know, let's see, who is the wife of Vishnu? Who is the divine counterpart of Vishnu? Mahalakshmi. So that means Sri Chakra has something to do with Mahalakshmi. To take care of anything in the world, we need resources, we need energy, right? We need energy, we need resources, we need powers. If you don't have resources, you can't even feed your own child. If you don't have resources, you cannot start anything new. We all need resources. Then there are a lot of principles which I have given in my book, The Rules of Lakshmi and Rules of Vishnu, is also there in it. So let's understand what uh, Vishnu stands for a little bit. It is like saying the cosmic architect, the divine architecture of the universe helps the universe run really well. If you have a system that is very badly designed, can it run well? No. So, this is the perfect system. The sun comes out on time, the stars are in their own place, the earth is moving at the perfect speed, everything's just happening on its own. But it's perfect. Humans just try to copy the cosmic perfection. But we are also a part of that. To come into alignment with that perfection is the Vishnu principle. That now we want to be in alignment with that divine perfection, right? And these are many shapes that you can see of sound. I will share these links with you. Yeah, I've just posted these links from the slides. You can look them up, everyone. Now, let's see. I told you about who is the divine counterpart of Vishnu. If you see this is a form of Vishnu which is Venkateshwara Swami, Tirupati Balaji, right? I will. Don't worry, Darsha Agarwal. I'll post the donation link. Please, don't worry. Don't worry. We have 20 days, 20 classes. The team will post. Today only they'll post. So, Mahalakshmi has all these qualities. The 8 siddhis. Who is Vishnu? The one that has 8 siddhis. When he has Lakshmi, it means he has these 8 superpowers. Ashtalakshmi. The 8 siddhis are given by Mahalakshmi. And see where Mahalakshmi is sitting, guys? Right here. And there is wealth flowing, abundance, prosperity, beauty. It is all with Mahalakshmi. So let's write down today the 8 siddhis that Shree Vidya really talks about. 8 siddhis. First siddhi is called Anima Siddhi. Anima. A siddhi means a superpower, extra power. Some superpower is going to get unlocked. Anima Siddhi. Anima Siddhi means the ability to become as small as an atom. The yogi can become as small as an atom. Mahima Siddhi, to become as large and large and large as it wants, bigger than the greatest star in the world. Hindi channel is separate. This is the English channel. Is it practically possible in Kali Yuga? Let's see. Depends on your effort. Depends on how much you can do your sadhana, how purely and how dedicatedly you can do your sadhana. It is, everything is possible in Kali Yuga also. We should keep trying. Then Mahima Siddhi, right? Then comes Garima Siddhi. The power to increase one's weight. That means become really, really heavy. So heavy that you can't move. Now, while I'm telling you all this, also think about who had all these superpowers. One person that we all know who had these superpowers. Okay, think. Garima Siddhi. Next, Laghima Siddhi, to become light, really weightless like a feather, lighter than a feather. So light. Then Prapti Siddhi. Prapti Siddhi means the to travel and get whatever one wants, to obtain whatever you want, to go and get anything that you want. Is Prapti. Prapt kar lena. Prakamya Siddhi, to have any wish or desire come true, including making yourself invisible. All your wishes can come true. Right? Ishitva Siddhi. Ishitva Siddhi means the ability to control over every world, the world that you are in. Control over natural forces also. You know, we see these powers that the yogi is doing his hand and the waves of water are standing up. Jesus Christ did this, right? Ishitva Siddhi. He parted the sea and then everybody walked through the sea. Jesus Christ had this Siddhi. He was also probably practicing Shree Vidya and Kriya Yoga. Then Vashitva Siddhi, the power to have control over others, right? And these eight siddhis, Mahalakshmi gives us when we can, but we have to be worthy enough of her, right? So, what is the principle of Mahalakshmi? Let's understand the principle of Mahalakshmi. It is a multiplying energy. It is a multiplying energy. Who has this? All women carry Mahalakshmi's potential. I'm not saying they're all Mahalakshmis, but they all carry Mahalakshmi's potential. How? One sperm enters the womb of the woman and she makes it into a million cells, that is, an embryo, then a baby. There's something multiplying in her womb. So we say in India, women are Lakshmis, girls are Lakshmis. They have the potential to become Mahalakshmi. Another thing you see, this multiplying principle in Mother Earth, we put one seed of tomato, one seed, and from it sprouts so many tomatoes. We put one seed of wheat and hundreds of seeds come up on that one stem. So that means earth is doing something to the seed. So earth is also said Bhu Devi. Earth is called the first Lakshmi is earth. She is the one that nourished our mothers. She is the one that helped us to get food so that we could survive. And then the women. First Mother Earth, then your own mother, and then your wife and your daughter. And women embody this. They have something called as abundance. And that's very important to understand to learn Sri Vidya. The you have to have reverence for the feminine form, the feminine principle, the divine feminine. Vishnu has immense respect and love for Lakshmi, right? And who is Vishnu, guys? How does one become Vishnu so that one can get Lakshmi? Mahalakshmi. How does one become Vishnu? You know, there is a name for Vishnu and it's called Rishikesh. Rishikesh. Rishikesh means the one that has mastery over all its five indriyas, all the five sense organs. When you can master them, you can become Vishnu. What are the five sense organs? First is your eyes that are constantly seeing everything all day, looking, judging, analyzing, liking, disliking. Then your ears that are hearing all the sounds. Then your tongue that is a talking or eating. Your skin, your body ka skin that is touching and giving you hot, cold, nice, soft, hard, all these sensory, right? And your nose that is smelling everything. One that masters all of this. Who is it? Who is riding Arjuna's chariot? Shri Krishna. The chariot has five horses. Why does the chariot of Arjuna have five horses? Five sense organs, all in control. Yes, Shri Krishna, only Shri Krishna. So, all those five horses are controlled. So, that is self mastery. Self mastery means I will only watch what is good. I will only listen to what is good. I will only smell the good things, fragrances, agarbattis, nice flowers. I will only eat that is the purest, highest, sattvic, organic, fresh fruits, vegetables, prepared with love. I will only wear that is which is pleasing. I will not listen to nonsense music, watch crazy content, because all of us are watching toxic content which is not altering the consciousness in a good way at all. You're listening to just any music, you're not listening to ragas, you're not listening to bhajans, you're not listening to high vibrational sounds. You're eating anything that is there, any restaurant, anywhere we go, we just eat whatever we can. We have no control over the jibha. We have no control over our words, over how we speak. And then we want Shree Vidya. How is it possible? Not possible. This is the highest knowledge. It is after 20 years of meandering on the spiritual path for me from the age of 16 that at 36 I received Sri Vidya. 20 years of meandering. It takes a lot of self mastery and continues even now. Even now, the path never ends. So, when will mana stop? Do I do sadhana? Every day. Do I do yoga? Every day. Am I always changing and improving? Always. Always working on improving myself, being a little better than I was yesterday. It's a never ending process, right? It's eternal mastery, eternal perfection. Is it worth it? Absolutely worth it. So, why do we do deity worship, guys? Tell me. Why do we do deity worship? What is the need? We are all intelligent, science students, scientific minded, mana. Why do we need to worship a deity? Because there is a deity associated with Shree Vidya, and her name is Lalita, Tripura, Sundari. But why do I need to worship a deity? I don't believe in religion. I don't believe in all these religions. And I didn't believe in religious stuff. I used to hate it. I would see Panditji entering my house and I'd get so irritated because I was a meditator. I used to meditate and I used to find like people are just dumb. I used to have this snobby attitude, that people are so dumb. Don't they know that God is formless? God does not exist in form. And why are they doing all these pujas and wasting hours doing all this? My brain could not come around it. And I used to really, like, inner mocking used to happen for all this. There's a limitation to yoga. And Patanjali says this, which the Western yoga has totally removed. Right? What does the Western yoga totally remove? It removes the philosophy and the simple practices that Patanjali talks about. Right? What does Patanjali talk about? Ishwar Pranidhan, surrendering to God. But there is a limitation to that. So Patanjali also says Isht Devata. Nobody in the West has an Isht Devata. So basically, everyone is doing yoga without the core fundamental principle of Ishwar Pranidhan and choosing your Isht. Because in no yoga studios do I see anybody talking about all this. And what is an Ishta Devata? A deity that you choose, that you want to emulate. Because we are in a form. We are a form. A form, being in the form consciousness, we cannot conceive of a formless divine. You can't conceive it. It's very difficult. Because your eyes, you have ears, you have a nose, you have lips. You're like, God is formless, then who am I? It'll be very hard to connect. So in India, we have n number of forms. N number of forms that one can choose from. And they're different archetypes. Right? They're different archetypes. So why do we choose an archetype? So that we can evolve in a specific way and something that we can relate to. So every Indian family has a Kul Devi or a Kul Devi Devta, right? Every Indian family has one. But Ishta Devata you choose. That's not your family's common idol. That's someone that you want to embody, right? So how does one choose? By learning about different deities, reading about different deities, their stories, and then through trial and error, unless someone's lucky enough to just find it in the get-go, right? And some people can be a combination of two. Someone can be a combination of Durga and Lakshmi. Someone can be a combination of Vishnu and Shiva. Isn't Isht Devata connected to the soul? How do we choose? We will take up questions later towards the end. Okay? So, how do we choose the Isht Devata? By knowing yourself, right? By knowing yourself. By sitting and introspecting. Who am I? Don't talk about the soul when you know nothing about it yet. These are big words we use, right? We throw words like soul, God around so easily when we know nothing about it. So, at max, what I can do right now is ask myself, who am I? What are my tendencies? And do they match any other deity's tendencies? When I read about Lakshmi, I said, oh my God, I'm just like this. There's a book called Lakshmi Tantra. You have Vishnu Puran, there's a lot written about Lakshmi. She's chanchal, she's always flowing, doesn't want to be sthir in one place. I said, that sounds just like me. So you come to understand yourself, and the more you understand yourself, you find your Isht. And then you perfect it. Then you want to become a perfect embodiment of Lakshmi. Then you want to become a perfect embodiment of Mahadev or Vishnu or Krishna or Rama. Like there are many avatars also now that are devtas only. There is a deity called Krishna Kali, combination of Krishna and Kali. There is Mangal Chandi. So there are so many combinations. India is beautiful because it gives us the freedom to choose. There is no one book fits all, one rule fits all, one deity fits all. So we've mapped archetypes in such an amazing way that there's such a beautiful plethora to choose from. So deity worship is very important because it helps you focus. Otherwise, every day the mind will desire something new. Every day the mind would want to wander into different practices, different sadhanas without really getting anywhere. Someday you'll say, I want Krishna, someday with Shiva, someday Hanuman, someday Lakshmi, you know, and you will reach nowhere. You would have mastered no energy. So that's why it's important to choose one. And for this program, we are choosing, which is the deity connected to this, is Lalita Tripura Sundari. She is called the culmination of the divine feminine energy. It is the highest of the Mahavidyas, the Das Mahavidyas. The highest Mahavidya is Lalita. This is when the divine feminine energy becomes perfect, complete. Right? Can men also do it? Of course. This is not gender specific. Deities are not gender specific. If somebody is worshipping Lakshmi, they'll also become Vishnu. You are studying Shree Vidya. So for now, everybody will be working with only this practice. Otherwise, you must not attend these classes and get confused even further than you already have. Right? Guru cannot give Ishta Devata. Ishta Devata is chosen by you. But if you want to learn Sri Vidya, then the deity is Lalita Tripura Sundari. So you will have to dedicate your time and energy to mastering this. If you have arrived here, it's for a reason. Those archetypes were not embodied by you completely because you would have become Krishna by now, or you would have become Shiva by now. Right? So we are here, we're still searching. This is when the search ends, in my opinion. This is that ultimate practice where the search really ends. There's nothing beyond it. She's divine perfection. It's just divine perfection. It's magnetic. The practice is all consuming. It doesn't really leave room for anything else. You can't leave her. And then she takes you through the evolutionary scale, up the evolutionary ladder. Okay? So that's why we need deity worship, right? So we have male genders, right? Gods of the male gender. We have goddesses of female gender. But Hinduism or Sanatan also has a third recognized gender, the transgender, the half and half. We recognize the third gender and we didn't leave them out because God is even that. God is even half man and half woman. God could be gay. There is no room left for anybody to be left out in Hinduism. It is that progressive and evolved a thought process. We respect the third gender equally. That they also have representation in the 13, at the Mahakumbh, when you go, right? There is a Kinnar Gada also. Kinnar Akhada. 13 akhadas, 13 spiritual schools come there. And Kinnar, which is the transgender, also has an akhada there. That's a big statement, right? That we are an inclusive religion, for the lack of a better word. We are a spiritual religion where all souls can find representation. We are not leaving anyone out, right? It's all inclusive. And that is what is progressive and that is what is evolved. Tomorrow I will talk about Lalita Tripur Sundari, right? I think this is enough information for today for everybody. If you have any questions, you can ask now. In Sanskara, so many responsibilities. We can't do what we want to live as Sri Vidya Sadak. Not true. Not true. Even if you give an hour every day, it's a lot of time. We have a lot of time. All day you can do jap. When you have time, you sit into the yantra sadhana. So these are excuses that we make. We have a lot of time. We're not running the nation, guys. We're not Prime Minister Narendra Modi that we have no time. We have to back to back, back to back, back to back meetings. And even if you have, then 1 hour everyone can take out. I would not suggest that. They're very, very different energies. Hanuman Chalisa and Shree Vidya. There's no such time. No time. Every day. Even at night, you can do the sadhana. 11, 11:30. You can do it morning. You can, but see, focus now. Focus. We are focusing on this deity. At least till the time you master this, you'll have to open to yourself to her. I will teach you the practice, guys. Calm down, Shruti. I'll teach you. As a first step, what should we do? Nothing for now. This week is only theory. First 5 classes are only theory. Then I'll tell you what to do. Tomorrow, I'll tell everybody what they have to do over the weekend. From childhood, we hear about different gods and goddesses. Why didn't we hear or know about Ma, Lalita, Tripur Sundari? Very interesting. Maybe she didn't want you, the world wasn't ready for her. India wasn't ready for her, for this kind of an energy, right? Now, specifically, we're seeing Devi sadhanas come to the top when the environment is a little ready. Most Devi sadhanas were kept gupt, hidden. They were not given to mainstream people. These were all Gupt Vidyas, right? So now that this Devi portal is kind of opening up and it's wanting to give itself to the world for a reason only, I'm guessing. That we are probably ready for to receive this kind of knowledge, and we have evolved enough to not misuse it, to not abuse it. That's why it's coming up now. We've also gone through a evolutionary phase in the last 12, 20 years, I would say. In 2012 it started. Not needed, Arvind Yadav, right now. Let's focus on the subject for now. And as we move ahead, I will take up other gods and goddesses, other goddesses also. I will take this up as we move ahead. Don't worry. We have 20 sessions together. Enough knowledge will be shared and also steps to do the sadhana. Is Sri Vidya sadhana above Kriya Yoga? Yeah. It's only through Kriya Yoga the Sri Vidya sadhana is received, because I've been a Kriya yogi. So I feel if it is beyond, it's only through Kriya Yoga that Shri also came. So it is a very high level sadhana. Good question, Shishti. I can't tell you how to worship her right now because this is a course and we are going to get there. But you can just keep a photo, keep a yantra photo, and offer flowers, offer a diya, light a lamp, you know? No, no, it's not necessary only at Brahma Muhurat. It can be done anytime. You don't continue Hanuman Chalisa, guys. This is a very lengthy program, very lengthy sadhana. You can do it at a different time. Let's say you want to do the Hanuman Chalisa, you can do it in the evening. Just keep this at a separate time as a completely separate set of practice. So she is above Shiv, right? And we'll talk about her. Shiv Bhakt. Shiv is higher. So it's Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh, Shiva, Sada Shiva, and then there is Shri. It's a higher portal. So all Shiv Bhakts will naturally be inclined towards Sri Vidya. All, right? All Sri Vidya people. Please talk about energy. What is energy? Your atom. We are all made up of atoms. Okay? Do you know when one atom was split, broken into two, it became a nuclear bomb? Nagasaki and Hiroshima. One atom split into two became a atom bomb. You are made up of millions of atoms. How much energy do you have, guys? Nuclear energy. Do you know who you are? One atom split into two could destroy a country. You are made up of millions and millions and millions of atoms. But you're not aware of who you are. You think this about yourself and you are that. That is energy, na? You are a living nuclear reactor and you worry about small, small things. So there are too many questions. I will take them up tomorrow. Keep some questions from tomorrow also. Yeah, if you feel sleepy, it's just that your mind is not used to high vibration for a long period. It's not sleep. It puts you into a meditative state. Also, please know this, guys. There's a difference between sleep and no Kriya Yoga is not required. There's a difference between sleep and there is a difference between a mm, meditative state. What you are experiencing is a meditative state which is feels like you're sleepy, but you don't sleep. You enter into a deep meditative state. the mind stops working. I'm a Christian, but very much in love with Shiva. And suddenly, yesterday, a video popped up. Didn't know how I came to it, but previously heard about Shree Vidya sadhana and loved to study it. Great, you're at the right place. You know, you're at the right place. And Jesus, if you're a Christian, then Jesus is very much embodying the Shree Vidya. From one fish, he fed millions. How is that possible? That's some magic, isn't it? And Shree Vidya is all about magic. It's all about that multiplication from one seed to million seeds of tomatoes, right? All these concepts. So great, everybody. You're at the right place. Enjoy. And we will meet again tomorrow for the next class. The ones whose questions I couldn't answer, please save them for tomorrow. It's a long program. These videos will keep getting posted in the playlist. So whenever you get time, watch the whole video in case you've missed out on something. Same, 11 o'clock, guys, every day, Monday to Friday, 11 a.m. in the morning, India time. Rest the videos will be posted forever. You can watch them whenever you want. Namaste. See you all tomorrow.